Lifeline with Liz. Happy weekend, everybody, and happy new month. Welcome to the 8th month of 2025. Wow, just like that. I congratulate you. I thank God on your behalf. I glorify God for what the Lord has been doing in your life for the past 8 months. Congratulations for making it to the 8th month, and I believe that since you have made it to the 8th month, you will see the rest of the year in joy, in peace, and glory of God Almighty. Again, welcome to Lifeline with Liz. Before I proceed today, I want to say happy birthday to my son Elijah. Happy birthday. God bless you. And I say congratulations to my daughter on the new baby, the arrival of the new baby into their family. I congratulate you. The Lord will protect the family. The Lord will be with the children that the Lord has given to you. They will continue to be a vessel unto honor. Again, congratulations to the family, and I appreciate God on your behalf. Again, welcome to Lifeline with Liz, where everybody is welcome, where you are welcome into our community. Doesn't matter your religion, your cultural background. You're welcome to join us. You're welcome to be part of the family. But please, as you are joining us, as you are coming in, don't forget to share this program. Don't forget to, to tell someone about it. And also you can visit our website, www.lifelinewithliz.com. So you can know more about us. If you have topic you want us to talk about, there's a page in our on our website that you can fill out. If you want to be part of our community, you want to volunteer to be part of this community, there's also a page you can fill out. Again, I'm going to thank all the Lifeline workers, all the Lifeline supporters, everyone that has been working behind the scene, in front of the scene. Thank you so much for your support. I greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate all your support in every avenue that you have been supporting this program. And as you do so, heaven will continue to answer your prayer and support you. Again, happy new month, everyone, to all the family out there. Happy new month. Welcome to the month of greatness, month of testimony, month of favor, and month of mercy. So your prayer will be answered. Today, our topic is your mistake does not define you. Wow. Your mistake, my mistake, it does not define you. Your mistake is not who you are. In life, first of all of us made mistake. At one point in time, we make one mistake on another. There's no one that is perfect. That is for sure. There's no one, old, young, youth, rich, male, female. There's no one that is at 100%. So whether we like it or not, whether we believe it or not, we are all going to make mistake as we go along. Some people make mistake earlier in life. Some people make mistake at their prime. Some people make mistake at their old age. But like I say, it is all right. That's because we are human beings. We are creatures that evolved. So as we are evolving, as we are growing on earth, we are going to make so many different mistakes. But our topic today is like, our mistake should not define us. Your mistake is not who you are. Making mistake is okay, but what's happened after the mistake is what is important. What is the next step? So you should not allow your mistake to define you. In no matter what circumstances, any kind of mistake, big or small, any mistake that you make, it is meant to happen in your life. It is part of you evolving. It's part of you growing. But your mistake should not dictate your future. Your mistake that you make in the past should not dictate your present, because the problem is not the mistake that we're making. It's like where we go after the mistake. That is the issue. Because of the mistake, we allow it to define or to make us, to mold us. Some of us, we allow that mistake to mold us. Instead of having a better future or a better person, we're dwelling on the past. We're dwelling on the mistake that we have made. I'm not telling you. You see, making mistake is to learn. When you make a mistake, it's like you learn a lesson from it. Because when you don't learn a lesson from it, that's when the mistakes start defining you. When you don't learn from your mistake, that's when you allow that mistake to dictate who you are. The only thing people will start seeing is that mistake, because you yourself has not allowed it to you have not let go. You know, they only say let go and let's leave. You know, but you have not let go. You hold on to the past. People that are constantly reminding you of your past mistake, those are the people that don't want you to go. They don't want better future for you. If somebody say, you know, 3 years ago you did this, and all they're reminding you of is your mistake, you need to be wary. You need to be aware. You need to, you know, one thing, you need to just, you know, pinch yourself. Like, am I in the right atmosphere? Am I with the right people? Because when someone continuously reminding you of your mistake, you yourself will not forget. And when you don't forget, how can you be happy? How can you move forward? How can your present be good than your past? How can your future be better than what it is now? So we allow mistake. We all have made mistake at one point. We all will make mistake. We, you know, in our life, it's part of nature. Making mistake is part of life. It's order. It's part of order, that order of life, that everyone will make mistake. Everyone. I've already said, making mistake doesn't have nothing to do with your age. It doesn't have anything to do with your gender. But our mistake is different. Everybody make different mistake in life, and it's part of learning and growing. Because our mistakes supposed to teach us, okay, this is where I make mistake. Which means like, this is something I'm not supposed to do. Because mistake, when you made a mistake and you learn from that mistake, you will never make the same mistake again. If you make a mistake in the past and you grow from that mistake, and you do not allow that mistake to define you, then the same mistake will not repeat itself in your life. Does that mean you will not make another mistake? Oh, no. Trust me. Part of life is making mistake. As we go, because we will stumble. We have different challenges in life. Everybody have different parts. We have different areas that when we walk, we will stumble. It's like a baby. When you give birth to a baby, the day you give birth to a baby is not the day the baby will talk. It's not the day the baby will crawl. It's not the day the baby will walk. When the baby is learning to crawl, he's not going to learn to walk. When the baby starts walking, it's not like he's going to get up and run. No, it will take a step at a time, one step at a time. So mistake is part of our natural life. It's part of things that will happen to us. But it's part of the order that we go through. But when we make mistake, we should not allow it to define us. We should not allow the mistake to make us stagnant. Some people are so afraid to make mistake. You see, when you are afraid to make mistake, you cannot grow, because you cannot learn. You cannot know where you need to adjust. You cannot know, okay, this area, this is something I'm not good at. This is something that I'm constantly messing up at. So I need to move on to the next thing. But when you are afraid to make mistake, that means you don't want to grow. You end up in the same position for years in and years out, for months in and out, and you wonder, why me? What is going on? Because you have not even tried. When you try and error is when you make mistake. But when the mistake happen, then you stand up. It's like you falling, and you stand up. You when you fall, you don't want to stay. Don't want to stay on the ground. You will get up. You will shake it off, and you go to the next step. That's how you grow. That's how you learn from your mistake. That's how we learn from the challenges that will come, that comes in our way. Sometimes when mistake comes, it can be too much as a human being to handle. But that's when we need to step back and reflect. When you make mistake, you step back and reflect, because you don't want that mistake to be the reason why you will be in one job that you're not satisfied with for the next 20 years, because you are afraid that you don't want to make another mistake, because you are afraid that you don't want what people will say. But instead of being defined by your past mistake, your focus should be on what you do after a mistake. Learn from those experiences and make better choices. You see, making a mistake is okay, but when the mistake happens, instead of allowing it to weigh you down, instead of allowing it to detect who you are, even instead of allowing it to put you down, no, that's not what you need to do. It's for you to learn, or is to learn from that mistake. Is to learn and the experience. Because let me tell you something, there's no mistake that we make in this life, or no challenges that we go through, that there's no experience that we're not getting from it. It could be business, it could be in relationship, it could be in friendship, it could be in our community that we're in. We make mistakes. It could even be, with our children, with our spouse. But any mistake that we make, we should learn from it, and we should, whatever experience that we gain from that mistake, let us use that experience to make a better future, a better choice in the future. That's what really matters. That's what should shape you. Not your mistake to define you, but the experience that you get from that mistake, the lesson that you learn from that mistake. That's what really matters. That's what should determine what your next step will. That's what should determine what your future will be. That's what should be able to shape you, not your mistake. A mistake cannot shape us, because when we allow the mistake to shape us, we are not the best of ourselves. When we allow our mistake to define us, we are not the best of ourselves. We don't put the best effort, because when you allow your mistake, when you dwell in your mistake, when you are living and dwelling in your mistake, you don't grow. You don't grow, because then you are afraid to try, because you're too busy focused on that wrong thing that you did, on that wrong step that you make. It's okay to misstep. It's okay to stumble. But when you stumble, the problem is, what do you do after the stumbling? After you stumble, what do you do? Do you stay just like that, or do you move forward? So making mistake is okay, but after the mistake, learning from it and the experience you gain from that mistake, because every mistake, there's an experience in it. There's a lesson to be learned in every mistake that we make. So, and from that experience, making a better choice for the future, a better choice for your present. Because once you make mistake that you say, okay, this is the mistake that I make yesterday, today is another day, it's a new day. So then where do I go from here? What do I need to do? How do I move forward? How do I better myself? How do I not make the same mistake again? They say that a fool is someone that learn from other people's mistake. No, that do not learn from that other people's mistake, but to learn from their own mistake. It's okay when it's you that you make the mistake. That does not make you a fool. What will make you a fool is like if you don't learn from your mistake, if you don't move forward from your mistake, if you do not adjust yourself not to continue to make the same mistake because you have not learned a lesson. Because when you refuse to learn the lesson in that mistake that you made yesterday, trust me, today you're going to make the same mistake. Tomorrow you're going to make the same mistake. And guess what? That mistake will continue. We start to define you, how people see you, how people relate to you in your community, at your job, at your school. That's what they will see. Because that's what you constantly show them. That's what you continue to do the same thing over and over again. That will not be your portion. Sometimes mistake can be the push you need to make you stronger. There's a saying, say that what does not kill you make you stronger. You see, that's the thing. You see, sometimes if we don't make mistake, we are not a better person of ourselves. When we make mistake, the mistake even, because then you know that, okay, this is the area I was weak. That's why I was able to make that mistake. Then mistakes sometimes will push us to be a stronger person. You had a relationship that didn't work out because you trust too much in that relationship. You already know in the next relationship that you want to work out. You need to first reflect. You need to know what to do. You need to not trust as much. You need to know the person that you're going to a relationship with. Because if there's no trust in the relationship, trust me, there's going to be constant mistake. There's going to be constant argument. There's going to be constant fight. So when we make mistakes, sometimes our mistake is what we do need to make mistake. You know, it's like a parent we try to guide our children. Oh, don't do this, don't do that, because we don't want them to make the same mistake, you know, that we make, because we want them to not go through the same hardship. But let me tell you something. Sometimes if your children don't go through the same hardship, they will not know. They will not become a stronger person. They will become a dependent on you, because you have not allowed them to make the right mistake. You have not allowed them to fall so that they can pick themselves up. So they will become a weak link. And you don't want that for your kids. So sometimes we need to allow our kids even to make their own mistake. We cannot safeguard them. As a parent, it can be difficult. We want to safeguard them. Okay, do this and do that, so that you won't fall into the same trap. So you won't get hurt. Sometimes a child that is meant to be stronger, if they do not get hurt, they will not know what pain is. So if someone does not know what pain is, how do they want to be stronger? How do they want to live? How do they want to survive in life? So even as a parent, we need to allow our children to make their own mistake. We need to allow them to walk their own path, to walk the path that has been given to them by their creator. I mean, there's nothing wrong with telling them what happened, what your life, and then we as a parent too, because we refuse to let our children know our past mistake, we do more damage than we think. Because we have so many secrets, so many unnecessary secrets from our children, then at the end of the day, the things that they will get involved in, the mistake that they will make could have been avoided if someone had told them about it. So, what does not kill you make you stronger. So it is okay to make, because sometimes it's that mistake that you need, that need to push you, that need to make you stronger, that need to make you resilient, that needs to make you hardworking. Because if you have not made that mistake, you can't go for, because you won't know that life is not as you see it. Because sometimes mistake make us to see life in a better light. It make us to see life like, oh wow, so this is what life is. So mistake is good for us, because we all do need to go through it. We all do need to make mistake at one point. But that means sometimes mistake is what we need to get us to the point where we need to be. Mistake is what we need to make us a better person of ourselves. Because once we make the mistake, then we learn on what not to do. We learn on how to be a better person, how to live our life, how to adjust our life, how to work hard, how to study hard, how to to be a better worker, how to be a better boss. It is important to forgive yourself. When we make mistake and we hold on to that unforgiveness, even to ourselves, I make this mistake, I did that mistake, and you continue to dwell on, you have not forgive yourself, then how do you want to learn? Okay, tell me, what lesson are you learning by not forgiving yourself? What lesson are you, what experience are you gaining by not forgiving yourself? Forgiving yourself and other for mistake, will stop holding you back. Let me tell you, they always say that forgiveness is not even, when you forgive someone that hurt you or someone that did something to you, it's not even for that person, but for yourself. But now imagine you are the one that make mistake. It's part of life. But when you don't forgive yourself, how do you want to move forward? When you don't forgive yourself, how do you want to better yourself? So forgiveness is very important when we make mistake in life. Forgiving ourselves, forgiving your past, forgiving your past mistake, forgiving you had a relationship that didn't work out, and it's you that you did something wrong. Fine, the relationship didn't work out. Lesson learned. Then you move forward, but you have to forgive yourself. But if you don't forgive yourself, let me tell you, the same mistake that you make in the past relationship, you're going to make it in the next relationship, whether you like it or not. The same mistake you make with that friendship that didn't allow the friendship to work out because of one thing or the other that you did, if you have not forgiven yourself, you would never have another friendship. The same mistake you make in that business that didn't work out, if you have not forgiven yourself for the money you lost or the scattering of the business, you will never be able to build another business. Because when you don't forgive yourself, you are living in fear. When you are not forgiving yourself for your past mistake, you are living in fear. And holding on to guilt and dwelling in past mistake can hurt yourself mentally. Because let me tell you, if constantly all you're thinking about is, oh my God, the mistake that I made, the hurt that I caused, this thing that I did, then tell me, how do you want to think positive? Even your brain itself is not going to be in a good state. You will not be in a good mental state. And then mentally, when we are not okay, then how do we plan for the future? Mentally, when we are not okay, how can we raise ourselves into a better person? Mentally, when we are not okay, what do you think is going to happen to this physical body that we carry around? Because any sickness, whether we believe it or not, before any sickness can start showing in our body physically, it already starts in our mental state. So if you don't forgive yourself, if you are holding on to guilt, if you are dwelling, somebody say, I forgive, they hurt me 20 years ago, but I forgive them. But every time you see them, you bring out that same mistake, and you say you are forgiving them. You have not forgiven them, which means mentally you yourself are not okay. Because you're still talking about it, you're still dwelling on it, you're still dwelling on the guilt, you're still repeating the same thing. It's good when somebody hurts you. They say, forgive. I don't forget. Okay, when you forgive and you don't forget, but just because you don't forget doesn't mean you should continue to dwell in it. Doesn't mean you should continue to hold on to it. Doesn't mean you should continue to repeat it like a broken record. When you are a person that constantly always bringing up people past mistake, always bringing up people past atrocity, nobody wants to be around you. I'm telling you, nobody wants to be around you. When you are saying, I forgive you, but what is there but? Which means you have not forgiven the mistake. We are all meant to make mistake. We are all human beings. Nobody is above mistake. But do not allow the mistake that someone make. Don't allow it to define them. Don't allow the mistake that you yourself have made. Don't allow it to define you. Don't allow that mistake to be what you live on day in and day out. Do not allow because when your mistake starts to affect you mentally, your physical being is affected too. Then you start being depressed. Because when no one is around you, start being depressed. Then you be saying, nobody love me. Do you love yourself? Have you forgiven yourself? Because usually people that do not let go of their own past mistake, they will not let go of other people's past mistake. If you have not forgiven yourself, how do you want to forgive others? If you don't let go of your own past mistake, how do you let go of other people's past mistake? But you just continue to repeat it. And the more you repeat it, mentally, you are not okay. Physically, you will not be okay. Spiritually, you will be down. So my people, are you understanding me? There's no one that cannot make mistake, whether young or old. But what we do after our mistake is what is important. The lesson we learn, the experience, how we move forward. If you don't move forward, you cannot grow. If you don't move forward, you cannot better yourself. Someone make mistake in your community that you love. Call them. You make this mistake. Talk to them about it. But let it go. Don't dwell on it. Because if you continue to remind them of their mistake, first of all, you're putting them into depression. If you continue to dwell on the guilt, if you try to continue to make them feel guilty, if you continue to make them, remember their mistake that they have made in the past, you are hurting them mentally. So, We are not above mistake. No one is above mistake. But what we do is what matter. And we should not allow our mistake to define us. Don't allow others' judgments of you based on your past mistake to define you. Hey, listen. If you make mistake, fine, you make mistake. But do not allow the judgments of others, what people will think, how people will feel about your mistake, how they will talk to you about mistake, to define you. You have the power to define yourself. Because, listen, you know, one of the passage in the Bible said that, you know, can a strong man enter into a can a thief enter into a strong man's house unless he first banned the strong man? I know, you know, if you all don't understand, let me break it down. No one can determine who you are going to be. No one can define what you will do with your life, with your emotion, with your mentality, if you don't allow them. No one can come into your home. It's okay if someone is at your door now, knocking on the door, ringing the bell. Unless you bust them in, they will not be able to enter your house. Unless you go downstairs or you open the door for them, they cannot come into your house. So do not allow judgment of others. Some people don't even know they are doing it. Their judgment, that's just part of their mannerism. To judge you, to remind you of your mistake, to constantly throw it at your face. You yourself are the one who is not going to allow it. Do not allow people judgment to, you know, to define your mistake, to continue to remind you, don't give them power. Because when you allow their judgments, their condescending way, they will talk to you, their reminder of your past mistake, if you allow, you're giving them power. But the power is in your hand. So do not allow other people judgment based on your past mistake to define you. Don't allow it. Because if you don't allow it, then it will not define you. If you don't allow it, then they have no room to continue to remind you. If you don't allow it, then it cannot make you to be stagnant. Because when you allow people judgment to define you, you will stay in one place. You will be afraid to move forward because you're too worried about what anybody will say or what people around you will say or the judgment that they will pass on you. You have the power to define yourself. So, my father, my mother, my sister, my brother, every youth out there, focus on your present action. Let the past go. Let the past go. If you hold on to your past mistake, you will not have hands to hold on to anything in your present. If you hold on to your past mistake, you will not have hands to steer yourself into the right place in the future. So focus on the present action that you are that's going on right now. Let what happened 3 years ago, let your stumble, let your mistake that that happened 3 years ago, let it go. So what? That marriage didn't work out, and so that school that you want to go, that subject didn't work out, and so if you decide, okay, this is what I want to go to school for, and it didn't work out, then you go to the next thing, look for something else. But if you focus on that past mistake, you cannot think of a way out. You cannot think of, oh, what else can I do? This business venture didn't work out for me. What is the next step? What other business am I good at? So focus on your present. Because when you focus on your present, you'll be able to walk towards your future. And your future will be better. That is something that I'm sure for. You see, when you focus on your future, then you can achieve the goals that you want to. When you focus on your future, then you know that you're working towards something. You have something that is important that you're working towards on. And working towards your future, working from your present towards your future, then your past mistake cannot define you. Your past mistake will not dictate who you are or who you're going to be. You'll be able to move on. You'll be able to go to the next step in life. You'll be able to be a better person of yourself. You know, as some people, when they haven't seen you in years and they see this, oh my God, you look great. Which means that you have developed physically. But if you're only developing physically, then what about your mental and emotion? You need to work on that too. So do not allow your past mistake to define who you are. Thank you for being part of Lifelines today. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate everyone. We are all human beings. We are created to make mistakes, to stumble, and to get up and walk. But please, everyone out there, do not allow your past mistake or the mistake you have made to define who you are or to dictate who you're going to be. Don't let people see you and see your mistake. Don't let people see you and see what, your stumble. Let them see you and see a new thing, and see a new beginning, and see a new future, a better person of yourself. Thank you. Please don't forget to share this program. Don't forget to visit our website, www.lifelinewithliz.com. Please, on our website, you can tell us if there's there's a topic, or you want prayer point, something, a counseling, anything that you need. There's a form that you can fill out. And also, if you want to join our community, there's a form you can fill out. And if you want to support us in any way financially, there's a form you can fill out as well, and a way to to support us, so to help us in what we are doing at Lifelines, because this program is for everybody and anybody. It's not about community, it's not about culture, it's not about gender, it's for everybody. Everyone is welcome. And again, thank you for tuning in today. I look forward to seeing you again next week at the same time. Again, happy new month to everyone out there. Happy birthday to my baby boy, and we welcome the new baby from my daughter, and God will continue to be with you. But as you are going into this new month, into this new week, I want you to hold on to these prayer points. I want you to say, Lord, this new month, Lord, raise my hand up. I don't know where area you need your hand to be raised. It can be your education that you need more wisdom, your hand to be raised. It could be in your home, in your financial, financially. It can even be in your marriage that you want God to raise up your hand. So it's you that you know where area you need your hand to be raised. So don't forget, that is your prayer points for this week. And as you go into this new month, I pray the blessing of God will locate you. I pray that your heart desire that you have been praying for, that God will grant it unto you. And I pray that any mistake that you have made in the past that is holding you down, heaven will release you. The spirit of God will release you from that mistake, and you'll be able to move on into a better future and achieve your goal. Again, thank you for being a part of our community. And thank you for joining Lifeline today. I will see you next week at the same time, 12 noon, New York time. Bye.